I want to ask you about the recent disturbance at Manus Island. Now, you recently linked that to a situation where you said that a 5-year-old boy was led away by 3 asylum seekers, and that caused the mood to elevate quite quickly. Now, that's not true, is it?
Of course it is true. And the briefing,
it's not true.
It is true, and the briefing that I've had is particularly succinct and clear.
A briefing from... Who gave you this information?
Well, Barry, I have senior people on the island. We also have, obviously, significant contacts with the governor and people of Manus.
Well, you didn't speak with the police commander, clearly.
Well, I can give you the facts in relation to it, or you can take the Twitter
let me
version.
Give you what I understand the facts to be. The boy wasn't 5, he was 10. It didn't happen on the day of the disturbance, it happened a week before the disturbance. And there's CCTV footage outside of tent number 1 that shows the boy went inside and the people are packing fruit into plastic bags. They gave him the fruit and he left.
So let me give you the facts. The fact is that, as people would understand, Manus Island is home not only to the Regional Processing Centre, but also to the naval base there as well. The point that I was making, and certainly the definite clear advice that I received, was that there had been a ramping up in terms of the mood on the ground over a period of time, which included a sexual assault to which you've made no reference, separate to any incident that we're talking about. The
sexual assault you're talking about, 2 people have been charged with sexual assault.
Yes.
They deny the charges.
So,
right?
as you would imagine...
But they deny the charges.
So let it go to court.
You're an ex-Queensland policeman. You know that you're presumed innocent, don't you?
Of course, but you're going to the mood on the ground, which is not something you need to prove beyond reasonable doubt in court. You're talking about what the elevation of the mood was on the ground, and it was elevated by the allegations around this sexual assault. Now let that go through the courts.
This 5-year-old, elevated by this incident involving the 5-year-old boy.
Well, just let me finish. So you've got the sexual assault, as you say, which can be heard in court. Everybody deserves innocence, and I don't make any judgment about that. But I'm saying that did elevate the mood on the ground. And second to that, there is this incident which is being investigated by the police. Now that will run its course.
The police are investigating this incident around the 5-year-old boy?
Yes, they are.
Do they understand he's 10 and not 5?
Well, I'll leave the detail to them to explain.
Well, the detail is important in these matters.
Well, it is, but if your claim is that the mood on the ground hadn't been elevated...
No, it's not my claim. The police commander says that there's CCTV footage showing that the boy was waiting outside the gate, he was looking for food. Food was placed into a plastic bag and given to him. He was 10 years old, it happened a week before the disturbance, and he left. That's the extent of it. Now, how is that relevant to anything?
Well, Barry, I'm not sure whether you can be the judge, jury and executioner in these matters.
No, the police commander has said this.
So let's allow the police investigation to be conducted.
Well, why didn't you do that?
Why
didn't you let that happen?
I've received different advice from that.
Why didn't you let the investigation happen before you preempted it?
I was asked why the mood had elevated on the ground on Manus Island. These 2 incidents fed directly into that. That is indisputable. So if you're asking me about why there was an elevation of the angst between those that are living, including on the naval base on Manus, this was part of it, and that was the clear advice to me.
Do you accept that you got some of the information badly wrong?
No, I do not. And again...
But the age of the boy?
Again...
The intention, whether he wasn't led into the facility, he went in and took a plastic bag of fruit and left?
Again, Barry, I think there are facts that I have that you don't. So why don't we let the police investigation run its course and allow then some independent analysis of it, because if you're asking me why the mood elevated, these 2 incidents fed into it, and I have that on very good authority on the island. The parents of the boy involved in the incident might have a different view than one that you've read off Twitter.
The police commander said that this happened because there was a soccer game going on beyond a 6 o'clock curfew, right? That's what caused the disturbance, and he said that some of the PNG soldiers were drunk. And yet you put all the blame on the asylum seekers.
I didn't put any blame anywhere. I'm saying I was asked a question as to why the mood was elevated. I've answered that question honestly and on advice. In relation to the soccer game and the incident otherwise, yes, absolutely, that's part of the facts of the whole lead up to this unfortunate incident. Now, it's being properly investigated by the Chief of Defence in PNG, by the Police Commissioner, as it should. I also made the point in that interview, which you don't note, I made the point that shots being fired or behaviour as it's reported is completely unacceptable and it should be investigated. Yeah. I made that point, which you neglect to make reference to, and it's important that this investigation take place, that it's properly looked at, and if people are charged or whatever comes out of it, as you say, let them have their fair day in court.
What would clear it up, and it would help to clear up any reflection on you over your version of events, is the CCTV footage. Would you allow that to be released so that everybody can clear on what happened?
Barry, the police investigation will take place.
After that, do you think it would be appropriate to release the footage?
If people are going to be charged in relation to it, to allow that course to be run, right? This is the issue.
But if there's no charges, nothing happened here. Are you happy to have that footage released?
We will continue to release footage as is the normal practice now. I'm not making an exception one way or the other in relation to this case. If it's appropriate for it, and that's been the practice in the past, then that will happen. But that is an issue for the PNG government. They run Manus Island, as you know. We inherited the mess of Manus Island from the Labor Party. We've stopped the boats, and we want to get people off Manus Island as quickly as possible. Now, we've done that in terms of the negotiation with the US. Kevin Rudd's deal with the PNG government had no outcome at all for people on Manus Island. We are not adding to people on Manus Island. We're not repopulating through new boat arrivals because we have stopped boats. But our job now is to get people off. We're doing that as quickly as possible, but we face all the barriers in terms of returns that we spoke about before.
All right, let's go on to the citizenship arrangement.